played a junior HR role, working for it was a small boutique firm. This was about 15 years ago. In terms of the steps I took to progress my career, I think for me it was about working on a wide array of things. So I was very keen to make sure that I had a generalist approach to what I was doing, so touching all areas of HR service, performance management, reward, diversity, training, etc. I felt that was important to progress my career because I felt like it needed an even toolkit of knowledge, and then from there potentially open up a route to continue to be a generalist or to focus on specialism and go sort of narrow and deeper. But progress my career and crystallise what I wanted to do. I think coming back to specialism or generalism, I had a fairly embedded view when I started that I wanted to be a generalist, that I wanted to be able to touch all different areas of HR. It changed at the point when I realised, and this was going back to 2001 when talent management was being talked about as a topic, and it was incredibly broad. So I ended up kind of going quite deep into that area. So starting with the mindset of wanting to be a generalist, I actually ended up being a specialist for many years and proceeded to play a role, a European-wide role, focused very much on sort of talent, performance, development. So that's kind of how it differed. I actually think it stood me in very good stead going forward, because then I was able to come back out, because it wasn't too specialist, because it was so broad. I was able to come back out and do a generalist role to end up in the position I am today. To focus on understanding how businesses work, understand the dynamics of play around business structure, strategy, how they make money, what's important. I think for me, blending that with HR knowledge as well means that you're able to have a greater impact. I think for me that was just really important advice. I ended up from there studying business, but sort of majoring in HR, and I think it gave me a great edge coming out of school. So that's the best bit of advice I ever got. I think I'd say two things. I think one is, I think the business aspect is very important to understand. So I would say that I think that's the first sort of focus point. I think secondly, I think a really good bedrock of understanding HR service. So I think understanding the kind of contractual relationship, understanding employment law, policies and procedures, I think it's a really important foundation to have. I think from there comes additional elements of performance management, talent management, or diversity. But I think in the functional running of HR and the policies and the procedures and the structure and the day-to-day interactions, I think for me is very important to kind of get your hands around quite quickly. So that's what I would say.